Good everybody, I'm back. Anthony Blake Jr. back with another episode. Flawless Fantasy Football, top 12 wide receivers for 2021. All right, as you can see, we have two names up here already, Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill. Guess what? Health being good, both these guys will be at the top two. Hell, Devontae Adams was number one last year and he missed 2 games. So, but of course he had a crazy year last year. So let's just get at it. Number 3. My number 3 for 2021 is DK Metcalf. Yes, DK Metcalf all the way up at the 3. You know, if anything break wrong with these guys, I can see him being number 1. He's going to be a monster this year, even more so than previous years. He's ascending, not descending. Russell Wilson and the new offensive coordinator over there, short passes, not these long going up the seam, deep passes where they can be easily defended. He's going to have his touchdowns. Most likely he will lead the league in receiving touchdowns. Yes, even over Devontae Adams. He's the only one that has a chance to defeat Devontae Adams for the touchdown lead. So, but he can do it. And with the increased volume, and imagine catching him on a slant, and now he's running across the field. It's going to be hard. Come on, man. It's going to be a problem for opposing defenses in different aspects of his receiving game this year. DK Metcalf, number 3. Number 4, Stefon Diggs. Have no problem going Stefon Diggs here. Second year with Josh Allen. He should be great. Great again. The alpha. He spreads it around a little bit, but Diggs gets all the juice. He gets all the important juice too. Down by the goal line, middle of the field, it doesn't matter. He's going to get his. Didn't have that many touchdowns last year, but with the volume, he should be great. Don't hesitate picking Stefon Diggs. I usually don't employ going wide receiver early, but there's a drafting strategy for everything. To me, I would never be drafting one of these guys because I'm also picking mid-round wide receivers. But if you were to pick a early wide receiver, late first, early second, you can do that. As long as you just keep hammering away green, preferably, running backs later in round 3 and 4. Maybe pick up your a legit quarterback in round 5, 6 at the latest. Because a lot of times you people that sit in these leagues don't have to start two wide receivers in the flex. So why the hell would you be picking 5 wide receivers? When you only got to play 2. You know what I'm saying? So that's ridiculous. Running backs, potential of stud running backs is way more important than putting a freaking wide receiver 4 or 5 on your bench. All right, but anyway, let's go. Let's not digress. Number 5, we're going to go DeAndre Hopkins. Plenty of volume. He's the guy over there. Kyler Murray, he needs to get a little bit more tougher. I'll get in that to when I talk about Kyler Murray. I have to make an edit about something. But DeAndre Hopkins is the alpha over there, and he will have the vast amount of the wide receiver production, and he's a solid top 5 wide receiver for me. Not much to say about that. Number 6, we're going to go with Calvin Ridley. No Julio. It's all his show now. See, the deal with Calvin Ridley is, even though I know him, he's a monster, and he's great. Hella athletic. Now, since they know there's no Julio there, he's going to be getting all the double coverage. Now, I don't know how he's going to be able to do with a season-long worth of double coverage. So, plus Matt Ryan's getting another year older. And Matt Ryan's been, fairly durable for his career, but how much longer can that happen? But definitely going to see him there at number 6. I have no problem with him being there. Halfway through the list, let's get it. Just remember, if you're getting any value, any content out of this, please press like. Let's continue. Number 7. Let's put him here. Nice place to put him. Justin Jefferson. Self-explanatory the way this guy bust onto the scene last year. Plus, Adam Thielen getting a year older, so he should be the only thing that's knocking from Justin Jefferson's game is getting those red zone targets, because he's always getting the deep targets, 20 and 30-yard touchdowns. But he needs a better rapport with the QB over there in the red zone, because I saw a lot of frustrations and stuff. Come on, Kurt, and all that type of stuff. last year. But they should fix on that. Justin Jefferson could easily probably finish up number 5, maybe number 4 possibly. Justin Jefferson, here, is my number 7. Number 8, we have A.J. Brown. Get sloppy, come on. I don't like the word writing on this side of the board. A.J. Brown, look, he missed 2 games last year, 2.5 games last year, and still ended up as a top 10 wide receiver, you know? All depending what format you're talking about, because he ended up in 9 in one and 11 in another. But A.J. Brown, the team was talking about trying to shut him down for the year, but he decided he was going to play through it and have it cleaned up with surgery in the offseason. A.J. Brown is a monster. He's somebody you don't want to play against, but don't worry about it, because guess what? If people are going wide receiver early, you should have a better team than them. Because a lot of times when people pick these wide receivers early, they don't know how to complement those wide receivers with shoddy running backs and things like that. So even if a stud wide receiver put up a monster game on you, it's not going to mean anything because they don't have any, running back power. But nevertheless, A.J. Brown, and I believe he will be the alpha there. I can't stand when people come around here talking about somehow Julio is going to be the alpha. He's not the one that has the 1.5-year rapport with Tannehill. Come on, man. Let's get real. A.J. Brown, the number 1 receiver in Tennessee, worthy of a top 8 in my book. All right, number 9. Now, this is where we get a little extra here. Now, this is what I found out. When I do my research about running backs, remember I told you all that running backs are like 5 out of 6 actually that are in the consensus 80 or / in the ADP's top 12. The 5 to 6 of them don't finish in there. That's the research I've done in the past 7 years. With wide receivers, it's the same thing, but it's like 45%, 40 to 45% of them are not on the list. So what I did, I took the ones that are most likely to make it, put them in the top 8. Took away the 4 that I figure that are not likely to make it, took them out and replaced them with people I believe have the pedigree to make it. To make any sense? Like 4 to 5 of them wouldn't on normal years make the list based on the consensus. So what I did, I looked at the 8 that I feel would make it, left them and put them on the list, which are these people, but I took off 4 of their other ones to replace it with my own to be more accurate. And my number 9 here is I always call him Chase Claypool, tongue twister, for Pittsburgh. Stud wide receiver. I was hoping he didn't show too much in preseason, so when he caught that long bomb and got nicked up a little bit, but he was fine. Chase Claypool will be a top 12 wide receiver this year. Yes, other guy over there is going to get probably more targets, but he has the valuable possessions down here. He runs the ball. He's more aggressive. He's more durable. He doesn't get benched. He doesn't have many drops as over there. You know what I'm saying? As the other receiver, as the number 1 receiver over there. He will take over if he already hasn't, really. So Mike Tomlin knows what he's doing over there. He has the pedigree. 11 total touchdowns last year. Now with the snap percentage going up, that's going to be even more crazy this year. All right? So his receptions and his yards are going to go up. Double-digit touchdowns automatically. That's the type of thing that puts you in the top 12. By the way, I looked at the top 12 from the past. I looked at the number 9 through 12 from last year and compared them. And normally, which was like, they all either had 3, they had double-digit touchdowns. 9 through 12 last year. 3 of them had double-digit touchdowns, and 1 of them made it off the back of 100 catches and 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns. So there got to be some major volume commitment or massive touchdowns for the majority of the time. I know people say, oh, their touchdowns are fluctuating, they go up and down. Yes, they do, but guess what? Sometimes you plant your freaking flag. I'd rather count it on freaking touchdowns than count it on receptions. All right? So, because hell, guess what? That's what this league's built off of, freaking touchdowns. It's a passing freaking league, so why are you scared of freaking being predictive on touchdowns? Not you all, not me, them. All right? Chase Claypool, number 9, number 10. A lot of people have him here in number 17 and everything like that, but not around here. Because I understand his true pedigree. Tyler Lockett. Again, with the new OC. Coming over, it's going to be a lot more passing, more so like West Coast offense, slants, and getting the ball out of Russell Wilson's hands. He's going to be a lot more efficient. Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf in the top 10. Oh my God, how can they do that? That's not going to happen. They're a running team. Don't believe that. Also, you can't say it can't happen because it happened last year. Both of them were top 10, top 12 wide receivers. All right? It's out there. Simple and plain. They did it last year. They could do it again with a better offensive system. Tyler Lockett, don't sleep on him. He's a mid-round pick. He'll be going. You can get this guy in the 5th round. 5th round and get in the top 12 wide receiver. Where else you going to get that from? Those two are the only two that can make that happen. Chase Claypool. The rest of these guys will be gone. All right. Number 11. Okay, here's another person. TD dependent. But guess what? If I'm going to believe in the quarterback, I'm going to believe in him. Mike Evans. That's all he's did. They have him like number 17 or something deep in the teens. They don't respect Mike Evans. The experts don't respect Mike Evans because he doesn't have a lot of because he doesn't have a lot of receptions because he only had 70. Well, guess what? I attribute that to some of it because Brady was tripping. And also the fact that if you're going to believe in Brady excelling, like I do, excelling again, even higher in the coach's second year, Bruce Arians' system, threw 40 touchdowns last year. I expect him to throw a few more this year, 43 to 45. He is the goal line red zone guy. Yeah, he'll throw a short pass here and there. Who knows? Antonio Brown with his crazy self look like he won't make it through the year. Mike Evans is a top 12 wide receiver, easy. Okay? Easy in this range he'll finish. Don't get scared away from the games we had 2 catches for 2 touchdowns. Okay, fine and dandy. Worry about the points. Don't worry about the receptions. Okay? Did you get penalized? Do people get penalized for only having 2 points? Or is the final freaking total score if they scored that week? Mike Evans, damn it. All right? And now for this last dart throw here, it's not really a dart throw. I looked at it and I looked at Justin Jefferson. He was like wide receiver 30-something last year. There's always a deep wide receiver that ends up being on the list. And guess what? The experts are not going to put it out there because they don't have any cojones, But after my research and finding out how their tight end of their team is hurt, he's unreliable. The supposed number 1 last year, he is still hurt. And he's not coming off his injury, and he's mentally not there. He can't catch up the balls. Teammates will have to say, man, you'll get there, and pat him on the back. I just think he's not there, and he'll never get there. And give me a second, I'm getting to it. And also the updated quarterback change. Yes, my top 12, finishing up my 12 will be Jerry Jeudy for Denver Broncos. Yes, I think he can get there. Do I like their passing game? Not so much. Their defensive team pretty much play pretty even Steven. But Sutton ain't the play. Okay? It's not healthy. And Noah Fant is glass and he's laid up and he's going to miss hella time. So who else is there to throw it to? You have some pedestrian other wide receivers there, and Jeudy's the type of person where he can catch a slant and take it to the house. You got also he can get picked in this range as well, outside of Mike Evans. And Tyler Lockett, Chase Claypool, he'll get picked after those guys, Jerry Jeudy. And he's a top 12 wide receiver for me. I wasn't so hot on him before, but when I see all the elements around him, receiving options, and the quarterback upgrade, yes, Teddy Bridgewater. But let me tell you something. Teddy Bridgewater knows how to put the ball on you. Okay? Drew Lock doesn't. Teddy Bridgewater actually supported. He supported 3 number 2 wide receivers last year. So let's not make no mistake about Teddy Bridgewater actually being able to make some things happen. So there you go. That's my top 12. I'm not saying that, I don't like some of the guys that's after this, that's in the middle rounds picks, like, your Ayuks and things like that. Let's go a step further. Let's say who I took off this list. People I took off this list. Well, let me pause this real quick. People I took off this list that the experts had on there. I think it's important that you see that. Were Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen didn't make the list. Took him off. I believe he's descending. Again, like I said, if you have 100 catches and only have 990 some yards, 998 or 992, you can't separate. You're not even getting 10 yards a catch. And I just, he's been around a minute. And I just don't think he'll make it this year. So the other person was CeeDee Lamb. Oh, I know a lot of people are not going to like that. Because the hype is all on CeeDee Lamb. Not. Listen, quarterback issues, quarterback health issues, and you got too many mouths over there to feed, okay? It's a three-headed wide receiver monster over there. You can't make a top 12 list with a three-headed wide receiver monster over there. Show me anywhere you have to have a small, condensed passing tree for that to happen. Okay? You can't have three people on your team and you're making a top 12. That's not an issue. Here. Nowhere. It's two dudes. Even when he made it last year, one dude. Okay? So let's not get into the hoping something happens. Let's be logical about it. Next is Terry McLaurin. All right. Yeah, everybody liked the new hotness of Terry McLaurin, but I just don't see it happening. I wouldn't pick him because he has limited TD upside. I know Fitzpatrick loves to gun it to his number one, but we don't know if that's actually going to happen like that. So we're going to know he's going to get targeted, but I'm concerned about the TD upside, health, and Fitzmagic playing great for a whole season. We've never seen that with Fitzmagic. He always traveled. So just to assume that he's going to be there for the whole season and making McLaurin's numbers awesome, that's wishful thinking. I don't dislike him. I just don't think he'll be in the top 12, okay? All right, and last but not least, who did I take out? Mr. Allen Robinson. He snuck in there last year, towards the bottom, maybe 11 or 12. The thing is about Allen Robinson, I don't like is the quarterback situation. That coach over there, I know he made some type of blood offering to, allegedly to Eddie Dalton when he came into Chicago, but he's played like crap the preseason. Everybody know it shouldn't be him. It should be the rookie that's starting. But his numbers will take a hit in the first half. Plus, he doesn't catch a lot of touchdowns at all. Plus, I believe Mooney, the other wide receiver on the other side, will get more juice and more touchdowns taken away from his productivity. So I think he'll be a roundabout wide receiver 15, 16, which isn't bad, but just not the top 12 that he's used to being in. Okay, it's Flawless Fantasy Football. Top 12 wide receiver for 2021. Hope you enjoyed it. If you got any type of value out of this, please press like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know if there's anybody on this list that shouldn't be on this list you feel, or if it's anybody that's not on the list that you feel should be. Let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments. Let's get them, guys. Here it is. Screenshot it. Like it. Refer to me back later in the season. Let me know how these picks are going. I'll let you know how they're going. And let's win these championships together, okay? Flawless Fantasy Football.